So I'm attempting to survive 100 days in hardcore Minecraft, but with a twist. I'm going to start on an isolated island with absolutely nothing. I have a few goals I'd like to achieve by the 100 days. My first goal is to extend the island and make a nice house. My second goal is to kill the Ender Dragon. Oh, and these videos take a very long time to make, so if you do enjoy it, please make sure to leave a like and consider subscribing if you enjoy my content. Anyways, on with the video. Day 1. I mined down the only tree I had on my island. Then I crafted a wooden pickaxe and mined some stone for stone tools. Then I mined the grass for seeds as I needed a farm for food as soon as possible. Then I mined all the dirt to flatten out my island. I had 6 saplings from the tree, which I planted. Then I dug down and went mining as I had nothing else to do. I found quite a bit of iron, then proceeded to dig down into a mine shaft. If you watched my last 100 day video, you'd know for some reason I'm always finding mine shafts. I entered the mine shaft and grabbed some iron. Then I ran straight into a cave spider spawner. The second I saw the cave spider, I ran for my life. Cave spiders do so much damage and also poison you, so I didn't want anything to do with that. When I got to the surface, one of the trees were grown, so I mined down the tree and then killed some fish for food. On day 2, I smelted the iron I had mined and attempted to craft a shield. It took me a good few tries to remember what the recipe was, but hey, I got there eventually. Then I crafted an iron pickaxe and an iron helmet, as that's all I could afford. I decided not to go into the mine shaft and just to strip mine instead. I spent so long strip mining and got so unlucky. After strip mining basically the entire day, all I got was 9 iron ore, 10 gold and a bit of redstone and coal. I smelted the iron ore and crafted an iron chest plate. On day 3, I decided to risk it and went into the mine shaft as I really needed iron. There was only one patch of iron in the mine shaft, so I mined that, and then I strip mined looking for another area of the mine shaft as I didn't want to have to deal with that cave spider spawner. After a while of digging, my pickaxe broke, so I had to go back to the surface. I smelted the iron I got and crafted 2 iron pickaxes, and then I went back down looking for another part of the mine shaft. I heard so many mobs but couldn't tell where they were coming from. I dug above me, below, to the side of me. I just couldn't find anything. But eventually I did find another part of the mine shaft. I was playing very carefully because one small mistake and everything was over. It turns out that there was another spawner right next to me which I quickly blocked off. Then I dug a hole in the wall, and of course I dug into another spawner. I then decided to go back to the surface as I had enough iron for full iron armor and didn't want to risk dying. And at surface loads of my trees were grown, so I mined them all down. Then I crafted full iron armor and tools. On day 4 I crafted a golden apple and went back into the mine shaft. Now that I had full iron armor, I felt confident to kill the cave spiders. A skeleton accidentally shot the cave spider, and the cave spider killed the skeleton. In all my years of playing Minecraft, I don't know if I've ever seen that before. I went exploring in the mineshaft for some mineshaft chests. I ended up finding one, but the amount of mobs protecting it was ridiculous. There were like 4 creepers. I tried killing all of them safely, but one of them exploded and blew up the chest. Luckily I got all the items though. Then I killed the enderman, but sadly he didn't drop a pearl. On day 5 I really needed food, so I killed a bunch of fish. Then a dolphin appeared out of nowhere and gave me a speed boost, which was pretty cool. Then when I was at my island, I saw something in the distance, so I decided to craft a boat and go check it out. It was just some random building in the middle of the water. Sadly there wasn't anything really good in the chest though. But as I came up to the surface, I found a nether portal. When I opened the chest, I was shocked. A god apple. These are so rare. Then I took both of the golden blocks. Then when I got to the top, I saw a ship. Inside the ship, there was a chest with a bunch of iron and some emeralds. Then I found another chest at the bottom with paper and an empty map. Then I decided to go back to my island as I forgot to set a waypoint and I didn't want to lose my island. Once I was back at my island, I made the melon farm as I totally forgot about it. Day 6 to 10. I killed more fish for food and then decided to go mining as I really wanted diamonds. I stripped mined for so long and I found everything but diamonds. Then I mined into an underwater cave. I hate these caves. It's so annoying to mine anything as the water really slows down your mining speed. Oh, and it's pretty easy to drown in them as well. I did find a small part in the cave with no water, but there was nothing really there. So I went back to strip mining and mined straight into diamonds. Then I went back to the cave and crafted a diamond pickaxe and got a load of obsidian for an enchantment table and a nether portal. Then I went back to strip mining until I found another cave. There were 2 creepers behind the water which for some reason were completely invisible for me. I was so happy to find a cave that wasn't covered in water, so I just explored for a bit. When I was in the cave, this happened. Then I found, of course, another underwater cave. There was nothing really in it, so I just moved on. I found an enderman which I killed and this time got an ender pearl. Then of course, another underwater cave. I decided to explore it and it was pretty worth it as I found diamonds. Then I went back to exploring in the cave and I got lost and didn't know where any air pockets were. I was so close to dying here, I honestly panicked and thought it was all over. After that, I decided I'm not taking any more chances in this cave and decided to go back home. Day 11 to 13, I extended my island as my island was very small. Of course, I needed the blocks for that, so I mined a bunch of dirt. In total, I had 4 stacks of dirt which I used to extend my island. Then I mined down all the trees and the amount of space I had was amazing. Day 14 to 15, I built a wheat farm and placed cobblestone walls around it. In the end, I didn't really like it. As I was mining it down, I got attacked by a phantom. I did not expect to see them this early on. Then I got started on my house. I didn't have that many blocks to choose from and I'm not a good builder in any way. I decided to build a really throwback Minecraft house. For the floor, I used wood and cobblestone. I remember when everyone used this design in like 2012. I also put a roof on my house which I thought looked good. I then filled the glass in and the house was done. On day 16, I built a little platform for trees. Then I built an auto smelter so I could smelt my iron and gold. Then I sorted out my chests as they were very unorganized. Then I built a nether portal and lit it. And then I crafted a bed. That's basically all I did on day 16. On day 17, I went to the nether. My nether portal spawn was absolutely terrible. I was like on top of a mountain. I went exploring and immediately a ghast attacked me, but I killed him pretty fast. Then I found another one of these weird biomes and watched an epic battle between a hoglin and a piglin. Then I collected some wood and attacked the piglin, which was a terrible idea. The piglin did 2.5 hearts in a single hit with just a gold sword. I then grabbed some glowstone and left the nether. On day 18, I destroyed the nether portal as I wanted to build it somewhere else and hopefully get a better nether spawn. Then I destroyed the tree farm as I think I placed the saplings too close together. The trees just weren't growing. I decided to build a bridge that went to a little island especially for trees. I'm such a bad builder, but I thought the bridge looked pretty good. I started day 19 by mining a ton of dirt. Once I had enough dirt, I made a huge platform for the trees. Then I harvested my wheat farm and made it much bigger as I had the space now, and bread is a really good food source. On day 20 to 26, I went mining. It was very boring and I was mostly strip mining the entire time. I did find quite a few diamonds though, and when coming home, I found a ship and another one of those stone brick things in the water. The loot was awful though. On day 27 to 32, I mined down all the trees on my tree island, then finished my chest room. Then I headed into the nether. I had a new nether spawn and this one was somehow even worse than the last one. I just looked around for a nether fortress and I found so many endermen. I'm not too sure if it's normal for this many endermen to spawn in the nether, but regardless, I killed them anyway. Then I looked around some more for a nether fortress and ended up finding a bastion. Of course I didn't enter it as I was pretty undergeared. No, I'm just kidding. I entered like there was no tomorrow. The piglins did so much damage. So I ran away and placed a block and they couldn't actually attack me through the block, so I just killed them very easily. Then I looked around for some chests and just couldn't find any. Then I entered another part of the bastion and this happened. Wasn't even close. Then I finally found some chests in the bastion, but the items weren't that good. I looked around for ages, just trying to find a chest, but couldn't find anything. I then found one more chest, and the items were okay, I guess. After that, I went back home. On day 33, I went back to the nether and looked around for a fortress as I needed blaze rods. I finally found one, then I found the blaze spawner and just grinded blazes for a while. I ended up getting 8 blaze rods, which I thought was good enough, so I left. On day 34, I went out on a boat and explored for a bit. Straight away, I found one of these stone brick things, but the loot was pretty bad. Then as all hope was lost, I found this broken ship that had really good loot. I got books in the first chest and then potatoes and carrots in the other chest. I found another ship later on with some poisonous potatoes and then another chest with iron and diamonds. Then I found another stone brick thing and the amount of zombies there was ridiculous. I didn't bother looting it though because I thought it'd be pointless. On day 35, I dug out a room for the enchantment table. Now that I had books, I could finally craft one. So I did, so I crafted an enchantment table and then planted all the carrots and potatoes. The enchanting room was almost done, I just needed some stone bricks, so I AFK'd the furnace for the rest of the day. On day 36, I filled all the walls in with stone brick. I had an idea for the ceiling, but I was just one block away from the ocean, so I had to add an extra few layers of dirt. Then I enchanted all my gear, and for some reason I didn't have diamond boots, so I crafted and then enchanted them. And for the ceiling design I wanted to make, it needed to be 2 blocks high, so I spent the rest of the day mining it out. On day 37, I needed lava for the design, so I headed into Nether and grabbed a load of lava. I then finished the enchanting room and thought it looked really nice.